Call now.
1-800-722-6464.
Thanks for watching News 12 on your side.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
Save big on energy drinks and fuel at Parker's Kitchen. Buy any 3 16-ounce Monster Energy drinks and save 20 cents per gallon on your next fill-up, only with Parker's Rewards.
Live from Augusta, you're watching News 12, First at 4.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to First at 4, now streaming live on WRDW and WRDW+. It has been another hot day. Emily standing in front of a very bright radar. Storms pushing through. You said they were coming. Will they mess up this first football Friday night?
Well, we have issued a first alert for our afternoon. We are seeing that severe thunderstorm watch for a good portion of the CSRA and very active radar at the moment. Now, really just going to depend on if these fields can handle this much rainfall. I do think these storms are starting to weaken a little bit, but we'll have to keep an eye on any of these outflow boundaries. That's really just energy and wind coming from these storms. They could collide and kind of make a heavier storm. This is a perfect example over in Aiken, kind of seeing that storm die down and then seeing a little bit more of that pulse back up. So something we'll continue to keep an eye on. We have that severe thunderstorm chance for the next several hours. Some of them are even on the strong and severe side. Again, severe thunderstorm warnings for portions of Saluda County even had that considerable tag, which means up to 70-mile-per-hour winds. Now, severe thunderstorm warning down in Columbia, McDuffie, even Richmond County. That goes for about another 15 minutes, and that's just due to 3/4 of an inch size hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind. So make sure if you ever get put under one of these warnings this afternoon or evening, make sure that you are taking it seriously. Get indoors, stay off the roadways if possible if you're under one of these warnings. We also have a flood advisory issued for portions of Richmond County. They've seen a decent amount of rain this afternoon. I'll have a look at what we can expect for the rest of your evening coming up.
When thunder roars, go indoors. Thanks, Em. The Burke County Sheriff's Office telling us that a crash that happened on Highway 23 has killed a person. The Sheriff's Office responded to that crash back on Thursday night around 9 o'clock. Between Saxon Road and Spring Branch Church Road this morning, the Sheriff's Office sharing that one person died in that wreck. We are working to learn more information about what happened. The highway back open. New developments being revealed in the trial of Lindsay Clancy.
Well, here's a look at the radar. Very active for our early evening hours. I'll have a look at what we can expect for the rest of your evening and overnight coming up.
Meanwhile, public health concerns continue as a salmonella and E. coli outbreak sickens dozens across the country. We have the details to help you and your family stay safe when we come back.
Time in 10. Sponsored by Riverside Heating and Air.
Riverside Heating and Air Conditioning is the CSRA's expert heating and cooling company. Join the Riverside Comfort Club with regular HVAC maintenance starting as low as $15 per month.
Time with your family is sacred. I cherish the moments I spend with my wife and son every day. As a lawyer, I know how an injury can change all of that in an instant. It impacts your health, your work, your loved ones, your whole life. I'm Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy. After your accident, I'm here to help you recover and get what you deserve for your injuries so you can get back to the moments that really matter. After an accident, call Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy, 706-724-7224.
The Ashley $1 Million. Now, your First Alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, we have a first alert issued for your afternoon and evening. That's going to go until 10 p.m. tonight. So if you have outdoor plans, maybe headed out to some of those football games, make sure that you are staying weather aware. Have the first alert weather app downloaded so you know when rain or lightning has been detected in your area. We saw some pretty intense heat this afternoon, but good majority of the CSRA has seen some pretty heavy rainfall, and that's helped cool us off a little bit. So maybe those spots that have seen rain, the ground's going to be wet, but might feel a little bit better outdoors this evening. But we do still have that severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. So I know a lot of people, again, headed out to those football games. Very active radar this afternoon. We're seeing some heavy spots of strong and severe thunderstorms, and then there's other areas down in Screven, Allendale County, and even over in Jenkins County, completely dry and sunny. So it's very hit or miss for the rest of our afternoon and evening, but we've had some pretty powerful thunderstorms moving through. Very heavy rainfall impacting a good portion of Richmond County, and that was just a little bit earlier. They issued that flood advisory, but if you look just a little bit off to the west, they're going to see some more rain here over the next 30 minutes or so. So flooding on roadways, that's definitely a concern today. We're under that slight flash flood risk, so make sure if you have plans to travel this evening, you're paying attention to the severe thunderstorm warnings, the flash flood warnings in our areas. Definitely not something that you want to drive through. Pretty heavy downpour going on in Aiken County, getting closer to Wagner-Sally area, but overall, we're just dealing with these isolated to more scattered showers and thunderstorms. Again, severe thunderstorm warning for portions of Columbia, McDuffie, Richmond County. That goes for about another 5 minutes. But again, if you have outdoor plans this evening, have the rain gear just in case. I do think there's going to be periods where we're going to stay dry. There's going to be others where there is going to be those heavier downpours. So just be aware of that as we go throughout our evening. Here's what we're looking at around 7 p.m. tonight, and then around 10:30, still picking up on some of that moisture in the atmosphere. Again, could bring us some of those heavier downpours still around 8, 9, 10 p.m. Looking at your Saturday, pretty dry for us. We do still have a small chance of an afternoon shower, but staying mostly dry Saturday. Sunday, we can expect to see some drier air, so it's going to feel more comfortable for the end of our weekend. Even though temperatures will rise to right around 94, humidity will be low. That's going to make it feel a little bit more comfortable for us. As we go throughout the week next week, rain chances will start to come back into play as early as Tuesday. That will last Wednesday and even into Thursday next week. So we've got several chances of rain. I'll have another check on your forecast, another look at the radar coming up.
Not a bad trade-off, a soggy Friday for a beautiful weekend. Thanks, Emily. A health safety alert now. A salmonella and E. coli outbreak has sickened over 50 people in 15 states. The CDC says the outbreak is linked to alfalfa sprouts grown in Minnesota. They were sold under the brands Calco and Everything Sprouts. If you have these products, put them in the trash.
Sprouts are one of the foods I actually tell people to cook because you have the bacteria in the seeds themselves and then you're growing them warm and wet for days, which is literally what we do in the lab when we culture bacteria.
Meanwhile, another salmonella outbreak is tied to jalapeno peppers. It has sickened hundreds of people in 32 states, resulting in 36 hospitalizations. Speaking of hospitals, officials at a hospital in Tennessee investigating after accidentally giving 4 patients potassium instead of anesthesia. All 4 preparing for routine surgeries. The report says staff realized something was wrong when the patient, one of them, had cardiac arrest. 2 are now paralyzed, another on a ventilator. The family of one of the patients told our CBS affiliate in Nashville that the mix-up may have occurred in the hospital pharmacy, leading to the error.
It's certainly hard to imagine that they had adequate safety procedures in place that would allow something like this to ever happen. The fact that multiple patients were affected here suggests a system-wide breakdown.
The head of that hospital saying they're launching an internal investigation separate from the TBI's probe. The hospital also released a statement saying they're, quote, deeply sorry for the harm caused. Former royals Harry and Meghan Markle are returning to this. They're a summer fixture, and one young man using his to make a big difference. We have that story on the good side when we come back from this break.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
At Stanton, for a limited time, kids get a free eye exam. Penguins need clear vision. Kids do too. Plus, glasses start at just $79. Made same day. Smart, simple. Stanton.
Styles in session. What could an extra $75 a month buy? A few dinners out or another online order. Fun today, but gone tomorrow. Instead, imagine investing that same $75 in beautiful new flooring you'll enjoy every single day. Right now at A&D Carpets and Hardwoods, payments start at around $75 a month with special financing. Why spend money on things that disappear when you can invest in something that adds style and value for years? A&D Carpets and Hardwoods. Come see us today.
At U-Haul, we know every family moves at their own pace.
Hi, Mom.
It's not a snow. That's why we have U-Box. We can store it or ship it.
Thanks, you've been lifesavers.
How and when you want it. Reserve today at uhaul.com.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Skyrizi helps people feel significant symptom relief as early as 4 weeks. It can help with remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and at 4 years.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Control is everything.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi.
At Stanton, we use the latest technology to make your glasses the same day.
Life's too busy to wait for glasses.
Get 2 pairs for $79 and a free eye exam. Smart, simple, Stanton.
The summer lemonade stands are a seasonal tradition. In Missouri, one kid there put a unique spin on his. Here is today's good side.
Free lemonade popsicles!
A refreshing treat from the summertime tradition of a lemonade stand.
Hardest working kid in the neighborhood.
Mason Lopez has been out here as often as he can get his parents' permission. He's been giving back by giving away multiple times a week.
Basically just saw a video on TV and I just wanted to do it.
Mason will start 4th grade in a few days at the nearby Ford Elementary in the Millville School District.
You want ice?
But leading up to that, he spent about 6 weeks this summer making this part of his afternoon routine. Here on Telegraph Road near Lee Ferry Road, he's got an array on the table for those who stop by.
You know, somebody doesn't really like pink lemonade and they like Gatorade, they can have Gatorade.
It's gotten him a following around the neighborhood and beyond.
It makes me feel happy. It makes me feel good making people's days.
The generosity is coming in other ways. Mason has been earning tips from people who stop by for a drink or treat. That's now going back to others.
We donated $400 to the dogs, to the dog shelter, and then we're donating $1,200 to the school.
It's how Mason's new principal, Phil Jonko, who started in July, met his student.
Just to see a student, 4th grader, take the initiative to try to help out his friends in school just really means a lot to us.
He says Mason was clear on how he wanted this money used at Ford.
To help students who need help with supplies or maybe lunch money, but always going back to directly to student needs. But that's his request, and we're going to honor that request.
With the start of school on Monday, Mason will be manning the stand for just a few more times.
Makes me happy because, have a good day. I just, get to do something nice for the community.
In South St. Louis County,
Free lemonade popsicles!
Sean Logging, First Alert 4.
The world needs more Masons. That's all I can say about that. As the summer winds down, many people struggling with what's called the August blues. It's when you're depressed about the transition into the fall's busyness. And we're not compressed. No one's depressed around here about cooler temps, but psychologists have the tips to avoid the funk. Carrying the energy of summer into the fall season, they say the biggest thing is to focus on the time we have right now.
The one thing that we can do is just change the way we talk about the time that's left. Instead of, we only have 2 weekends left. Maybe it's, we still have these 2 weekends, or, nothing about the calendar has changed, but we're paying attention to what's here rather than rushing past it.
Well, she says it's also encouraging to plan exciting things for the fall, making the new season one that will be memorable. Children are also learning to process their emotions, and one Philadelphia art camp is helping them to do just that. The Power of Paint Art Academy and management uses art to help kids learn life lessons. The organization's founder says the principles of perseverance and expression are clearly seen in art. She adds, introducing kids to their abilities makes her mission important.
This Power of Paint is so much more than me. It's so much more than, what we are doing here. It's measurable because we're watching that every day in the lives of the children just changing and knowing that we play a pivotal role in their development.
Well, she believes her work is an investment in children's future, saying it gives her joy. What a joy to see it.
Well, here's another look at your radar. We are under a severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. Still an active radar for our evening. I'll have a look at what we can expect over the next couple of hours coming up.
A foresting tradition gets a competition of its own. We're taking you to the Tennessee State Fair and its unique new competition. After this.
A bad thing happened to me when I got in my rollover accident, and I didn't know where to go, what to do. If I hadn't found George Sink injury lawyers, I don't think I'd be doing physically or mentally as well as I am.
All-wheel drive sport hike. When dangerous trees threaten your home or business, take them down with Southern Grind Stump and Tree Removal. Specializing in hazardous trees and limbs, the professionals at Southern Grind will secure, cut, and safely take the trees away. Then grind the stumps down by 8 inches, guaranteed. Southern Grind now uses low-impact equipment to minimize wear on your yard or driveway. Call today and ask about the seasonal special.
Hi, I'm Alexis, and I set them up.
And I'm Cody, and I cut them down.
For more information or to make an appointment, call Southern Grind today.
Taxpayers paid Keisha Lance Bottoms to serve the public.
When I tried to get out of the car is when I realized something is definitely wrong because I could not move my left side. At that point, my life was pretty chaotic. There was one thing that gave me stability, and it was George Sink Injury Lawyers.
We have a local breaking news alert right now out of Aiken County where the Department of Health is confirming a raccoon found near Aiken's Bertram Trail has tested positive for rabies. That raccoon submitted for testing on Wednesday, confirmed rabies on Thursday. If you believe you or someone you know came in contact with this rabid raccoon, please contact the South Carolina Department of Public Health. That's the number to call them right there on your screen.
And looking at radar again, very active for our evening. We have a flood advisory for portions of Richmond County that goes until 5:30. But check this out. We are seeing a pretty heavy downpour starting to move, and thunderstorm, I should say. I mean, there's plenty of lightning in this cell moving through Blythe and even Keysville, getting closer to Hepzibah. Make sure if you hear thunder, you are going indoors. Now we're going to take a look at your community calendar. We are looking at Sheriff Brantley's Badges and Barbecue. It's from noon to 3 p.m. It's at Windsor Spring Road in Hepzibah.
Oh, she got a set of lungs. State fairs are in full swing. This one in Tennessee, they're debuting a new competition. The Wilson County Fair State Fair held their first ever timber yelling competition. The task's self-explanatory. The third place winner called the event Better Than Her Wedding Day. What a place Tennessee is. Must be, look at that hat. Must be unique to live there. Whoa, and a mullet. It is Tennessee. And that is the end of the 4 o'clock news today. First at 4 continues when we come back. And we'll have all of the latest of today's story right on WRDW.com.
Snooze button or choose button? Mix and match 2 for $5 and choose from your favorites, like a sausage McMuffin with egg and sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Or get the $5 sausage McMuffin with egg extra value meal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
I'm Mike Costello of the Mike Costello Law Firm. If you've been in a car wreck, dealing with the insurance company is a big pain in the ass. Let the Mike Costello Law Firm relieve that pain. We are just one call, one click away from getting started on your case. We can deal with the insurance company directly so you can recover. And remember, there's no fee unless we collect. Call or text us or visit us at mycostellolawfirm.com. Let us relieve your pain.
Sonobello helped me take back my life.
At Sonobello, we permanently remove stubborn fat, changing lives every day in just one visit.
You didn't know that having 2 kids would make it so incredibly hard to take care of yourself. Who would have thought that taking the chance on Sonobello, that changing something on the outside would make such a world of difference for how you felt about yourself on the inside?
You've taken care of everyone else. Now it's your turn. Call for your free personalized consultation with Sonobello.
Hey, Fred. Hey, Jeremy. Oh, what's this? The butler.
Snooze button or choose button. Mix and match 2 for $5 and choose from your favorites, like a sausage McMuffin with egg and sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddles. Or get the $5 sausage McMuffin with egg extra value meal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You're watching News 12, First at 4. Continues.
A first alert in place tonight as we're seeing the radar light up right now before the start of high school football games tonight all across the CSRA. Take a look at that radar. Thanks for watching News 12 First at 4. I'm Will Rio, your first alert meteorologist Emily Acton, busy tracking these storms. Emily, what's the latest?
It's been a very busy afternoon, Will. We are under a severe thunderstorm watch for a good portion of the CSRA. We've seen numerous severe thunderstorm warnings today. We have a flood advisory for portions of Richmond County. That goes for about another hour, but they're about to see another really heavy downpour. We're seeing just a line of storms really moving through the CSRA over in Wrightsville, Louisville. They're starting to see some of those heavier downpours moving in, but if there's another storm that could go severe, I wouldn't be surprised if it is this cell right here moving between Blythe and Keysville. Really heavy downpours, but also some pretty strong winds as well. We've seen severe thunderstorm warnings with 70-mile-per-hour winds this afternoon in the CSRA. That was up in Saluda County, so it's very active and energetic, I should say, for our afternoon and evening. There's a lot of energy in the atmosphere that these storms are just tapping into. Moving into Barnwell County, this heavier downpour here, just a little bit west of Williston. This is going to be the story for the next couple of hours. I do think there's going to be plenty of breaks this evening for any outdoor plans. Just have that first alert weather app downloaded so you know when rain or lightning's detected in your area. Remember, if you hear thunder, see lightning, you are going indoors. We do have that marginal and slight risk for a good portion of the CSRA. Again, that first alert in effect until 10 p.m. tonight. I'll have a breakdown of what we can expect over the next couple of hours coming up.
Thanks, Emily. And summer is quickly coming to an end, bringing with it the start of high school football, like we mentioned. Tonight, the first full night of games, and News 12 will bring you the latest updates all evening with our Under the Lights coverage. Our game of the week over at Strom Thurmond High School, who's hosting North Augusta. That should be a great matchup. Barring any dangerous weather, we'll have live updates there for you for News 12 live at 5. Well, safety alert. Construction is continuing on Broad Street in downtown Augusta as crews work on city renovations. Those efforts have already faced controversy, and some are now voicing concerns over work conditions due to that intense heat. Legal protections for workers seeking to avoid dangerous heat are slim in Georgia and South Carolina. Some Georgia lawmakers are working to change that, including State Representative Dewey McClain. He sponsored House Bill 1071, which looks to provide protections from heat exposure for both indoor and outdoor workers. He spoke to News 12 about what that bill's goals were.
All employees are not the same, and say that because what works in Alaska does not work here in Georgia. What works in South Dakota or North Dakota does not work here in Georgia. So, and that's why states need to take on ownership of their workers.
And that bill died in committee earlier this year, but Representative McClain says he'll continue to support safety efforts for Georgia's workers. United Way of the CSRA is launching their annual fundraising campaign, providing a helping hand to struggling families in our area. The group celebrated with a program at the First Baptist Church of Augusta this morning, sharing their goal of helping 30,000 CSRA families by 2030. They're off to a good start. They served over 5,000 households this past year.
So we've got people that are landscaping, they're painting, they're raking, they're feeding.
organizing, cleaning, and they're everywhere from Master's Table to the new Bridge Builders organization. They're at Salvation Army, they're at Aparo Academy, Augusta Locally Grown, Girl Scouts, Scouting America, and more.
United Ways says the day highlights both sides of their work. That's community outreach through fundraising and volunteer work. As schools return to session, there's continuing debate over technology's role in the classroom. The Granville County Public School District up in North Carolina is making their mark on the debate, banning the use of tech in their classrooms. The district superintendent says the change was inspired by students using their laptops for entertainment purposes, making a return to the fundamentals necessary.
Literacy skills, basic numeracy skills, that happens regardless of whether or not we're using a computer. And in many cases, that paper and pencil is going to do a much better job.
I think he's right with that. The program removes tech from the classroom completely, but high schoolers will still receive a laptop for home usage. The district's studying the effects of the program with UNC Chapel Hill. The start of classes means college football, it's right around the corner. And the AP is releasing their preseason rankings. The University of Georgia coming in at third behind Ohio State and Oregon. The other SEC teams featured on the list are the Texas Longhorns, Texas A&M, Ole Miss, Oklahoma, LSU, Alabama, Tennessee, and Missouri. No shocker there that the SEC is strong in that poll. The ACC teams featured are Miami, SMU, and Louisville. Clemson and South Carolina both receiving votes but are not ranked to start the season. Well, parts of the Northeast and Midwest are devastated after tornadoes and large floods. Bradley Blackburn reports on the system that's impacted neighborhoods from Ohio to New Jersey.
Wood planks and beach chairs now litter the Sun and Surf Beach Club in Atlantic Beach, New York.
That is a tornado, and oh my God, it is spinning around.
Authorities with the National Weather Service confirmed a tornado tore through the popular summer destination just as Matthew Stark and his family took cover.
By the time I kind of opened my eyes, it felt like everything was gone. Like the roof was gone, everything outside was a mess.
Fire officials say hundreds of people were there when the storm hit.
There might have been one minor injury, but no serious injuries reported. Nobody went to the hospital, and there were no casualties.
Cell phone video captured rain pouring into train stations as heavy rain inundated roadways in New York and New Jersey, where this funnel cloud was spotted.
Yeah, look at the rotation in that thing.
Further south, a confirmed twister ripped the roofs off motels in Dover, Delaware, littering streets with debris.
It was like a true fight. And the only thing that I could see was the roof coming straight at me.
The system also triggered severe flash flooding at 2 homeless encampments in Ohio, where emergency crews saved several people and a dog.
God bless you guys.
Forecasters say parts of the East Coast and Midwest could see more torrential rain and flash flooding through the weekend. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
Another suspected tornado was reported in southern Pennsylvania as well. Emily.
Well, still a pretty active radar for our afternoon and evening. A first alert in effect until 10 p.m. tonight. I'll have a breakdown of when we can expect these storms to end coming up.
And ensuring all people have the ability to provide for their families. We show you how a unique food bank is helping those in need after a short break.
Voice only at Rooms to Go.
Now, your First Alert weather with meteorologist Emily Acton.
Well, we have a first alert in effect for all of the CSRA. We have a severe thunderstorm watch for a good portion of our area until 9 p.m. We're keeping that first alert in effect until 10 tonight for the chance for those strong to severe thunderstorms. We've seen numerous severe thunderstorm warnings today. We have a flood advisory out for portions of Richmond County. That's going to go for about another 45 minutes or so, but I mean, a heavier downpour is still moving through portions of Burke County, Richmond County. Frequent lightning and some pretty intense rainfall. So another thing that we're going to continue to watch is that potential for flash flooding. If you get put under a flash flood warning or even a flood advisory, make sure that you are staying off the roadways. You get put under a severe thunderstorm warning this evening, make sure that you are going indoors. We've had some very strong thunderstorms this afternoon, a lot of severe thunderstorms as well. Looking at Williston over down in Barnwell County, seeing a pretty heavy cell there as it continues to push south and east. Several storm reports across the CSRA, mainly windstorm reports for us that we've seen trees down on power lines or just trees down in roadways. So these storms, again, have packed a punch, and we're expecting to still see a few of those potentially lingering on into our evening. So if you have outdoor plans, headed out to Friday Night Football, make sure that you are staying weather aware, have the rain gear tonight, and have that First Alert weather app downloaded so you know when rain or lightning is detected in your area. I do think we're going to have pockets of dry conditions and maybe feeling somewhat comfortable for our evening due to all that rainfall that we saw today. Now, the fields are going to be wet. The bleachers are going to be wet. Might want to bring a towel. Honestly, that's going to be a game changer. Bringing a towel just to kind of wipe everything down for the evening. As we go throughout the late overnight, could still see a few more showers and thunderstorms. Saturday, starting off nice and dry. For your afternoon, a hit or miss shower possible, but much drier conditions than what we have seen today. Now, looking at your weekend, mostly dry, partly cloudy for your Saturday. Things are feeling very comfortable for your Sunday as well. Humidity will really start to decrease, making it a little bit more bearable outdoors. But looking at your forecast for the start of next week, rain chances start to uptick a little bit. But looking at temperatures, we're going to stay pretty consistent in the low to mid 90s.
Thanks, Emily. Thousands of Metro Atlantans are experiencing food insecurity, and the problem extends across the entire state. Jamal Goss introduces us to one food pantry that's working to end hunger for all Georgians. Thanks, Emily. Thousands of Metro Atlantans are experiencing food insecurity, and the problem extends across the entire state. Jamal Goss introduces us to one food pantry that's working to end hunger for all Georgians.
Corey Farmer has a choice to make. She scans the shelf, then reaches for what she wants. And here, she doesn't have to check the price.
It's always going to be better here because I don't have to pay it with a dead president. I can come here with a smile, my bag, and a good time.
Farmer tries to get an appointment at the grocery spot every week. The food pantry on Donald Lee Holloway Parkway lets shoppers choose what they need, from canned goods, grapes, even baby food. Farmer says options for fresh food in her neighborhood can be limited. That's why having this place close to home matters.
To know that there is a place within this community and in this zip code that our families can get to on a bus line, that they can get to get access to fresh fruits and vegetables.
The pantry opens for shopping twice a week, and appointments fill quickly. Volunteer Joy Bostic helps get the shelves ready. She says the amount of food moving through here shows the scale of the need.
The average food pantry around town gives out about 30,000 pounds of food a month. We give out about 150,000 pounds a week.
Much of that food comes from the Atlanta Community Food Bank, with other donations helping stock the shelves. While everything Farmer puts in her bag is free, running this place is not. The nonprofit is asking for financial help, warning without more donations, it could be forced to close.
Hunger will humble you. Hunger will take the embarrassment away, because it's much more embarrassing to stand on the side of the road asking somebody to give me something when you can come here and get for yourself.
For Farmer and the other shoppers who come through these doors, that's what's at stake, keeping these shelves stocked and these stores open.
And the grocery spot is open to all Georgians, but you do have to make an appointment. The store is open from 2 to 5 on Tuesday and Friday. Those appointments can fill up quickly, though. Well, getting your kids ready for classes without breaking your bank. We have tips on how to do just that next on Watching Your Wallet.
When it comes to choosing a lawyer after an accident, local experience matters. I'm Austin Jackson. I've been helping accident victims in Augusta, Aiken, and the entire CSRA for over 10 years. And I'm ready to help you right now. Call Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy.
When Keisha Lance Bottoms got elected.
Hey Green Jackets fans, when you're at the plate, there's nothing worse than striking out without ever swinging. You gotta make the most of your chances. And after a car accident, you can't just sit back, let life throw heaters at you, and do nothing. Call Austin Jackson, the official injury lawyers of the Augusta Green Jackets.
Well, back to school is increasingly expensive for many families as a lending. Publix is making improvements to the consumer shopping experience, removing the item limit on express lane checkouts there. The grocery chain will now allow people with more than 10 items to use the express lane. They say the change will improve checkout efficiency and flow. This affects all Publix locations across the Southeast. In past generations, learning stick shift was a rite of passage for those applying for a license. Learning stick shift was a rite of passage for those applying for a license. Now the skill has all but disappeared, but some are hoping it makes a comeback. Bradley Blackburn introduces us to one driving instructor who's keeping the old ways alive.
At Ferrari Driving School in New York City, a humble Volkswagen is a rolling classroom for student Erica Neal.
Let's go to reverse. Excellent.
She's behind the wheel of a manual transmission car for the first time ever.
I think we're going to be okay.
Yes, we are.
Getting a lesson from instructor Oz Ocasio.
On average, about 4 hours, we'll get someone going. You know, enough to where they can not stall and drive safely.
Using a stick and clutch pedal was once required if you wanted to drive, and long after automatics arrived, many considered it a survival skill.
My grandfather encouraged me to learn how to drive stick. He said that it's important for women to know how to navigate any situation in case you're in an emergency.
Those days are largely in the rearview mirror. According to a new EPA report, in 2025, just 0.6% of new cars for sale in the U.S. had manual transmissions, an all-time low. That's down from more than a third of new cars in 1980. For diehards, sticks are now a selling point in a handful of vehicles, like the Ford Mustang and the Toyota Tacoma pickup.
We get about 30 to 40 a month, I want to say.
Oz says he still teaches plenty of people who want to keep the tradition humming.
Just very gently come off the clutch.
Even those who grew up driving sticks can still learn a thing or two.
Shift. There you go. There you
Not
go.
very smooth, but
No, listen. It's been 15 years. Give yourself a break.
Yeah.
Neil hopes to be ready for a trip to Greece,
Erica did wonderful.
where she says driving a manual rental car could save real money.
It's more cost effective, but it's important to know how to do it first.
Getting into gear with an old school skill that's growing rare on American roads. Bradley Blackburn, CBS News, New York.
And the EPA says modern automatic transmissions are more efficient than manual transmissions, partly because they offer more gears. Emily.
Well, we have a first alert in effect until 10 p.m. this evening, tracking strong and severe storms this afternoon. Here's the heaviest downpour right now moving through Burke and portions of Richmond County. I'll have a look at what we can expect over the next couple of hours coming up.
What's your case worth? Injury.com by Morgan & Morgan.
The Ashland in Kearney, Grand Island, North Platte, and Beatrice. Don't miss it.
Southeastern heat, humidity, and high winds take a toll, but many roofs can still be saved. Roof Savers is here to help.
Whether your roof has faced some serious heat or brutal storms, take the worry out of it. Bring it back to life, then secure it for another 17 years with our patent-pending Renew It 17. One application, 17 additional years, adding vibrancy, flexibility, peace of mind, and relief for your wallet.
And I knew I needed to have somebody inspect the roof, that I could call Roof Savers, and they quickly came out, went up on the roof, and came down and were able to tell me exactly what it needed.
For half the price, or even more than half the price, and I'm going to have a roof that looks brand new, and it's going to last 17 years. It was like, for me, an unbelievable opportunity.
We got hailed pretty bad yesterday and the day before. Looking at pictures of them, they were a little bit smaller than a baseball. So I went up there to take a look, just seeing what it looked like, and I really didn't see any damage at all. I would absolutely recommend this to my neighbors and friends.
I knew that whatever they did would be right, and I trusted them. And now I tell everybody about Roof Savers.
And that's why I'm proud to stand with a champion like Roof Savers. They saved my father's roof. Why not let them save your roof too?
Call Roof Savers today and schedule your free roof inspection. America's #1 choice for roof preservation is Roof Savers. Save your roof, save your money.
Well, we have a first alert issued for all of the CSRA until 10 p.m. tonight. We're tracking strong and even severe thunderstorms across the area. We had numerous severe thunderstorms earlier today. We're under that severe thunderstorm watch until 9 p.m. But here's the latest look at the radar. Seeing some of the heaviest of rainfall down in Burke County at the moment. Very frequent lightning. We also have a flood advisory for portions of Richmond County. That goes for roughly 30 more minutes, but heavy rainfall, frequent lightning impacting a good portion of our area. And then we're seeing even some heavier storms over in Aiken and Barnwell counties. They're seeing some of those heavier downpours. So again, we are still tracking those. We have that first alert in effect. We'll have more coming up.
All right, the guitar you just heard came from the fingers of Chris, and that's America's newest guitar hero. The young man is in middle school and was discovered by his orchestra teacher. His skill level is in the top 1% of all guitar players, an amazing natural talent there. His father says Chris is a soft-spoken kid, and the instrument helps him share his feelings with the world around him. You talk about Guitar Hero. I was never very good at that video game. I just could not figure it out for the life of me. So that was one I didn't often play there, but good for him. Sounds pretty good too. All right, keeping workers safe from the heat as they fix our streets. We'll tell you about the efforts to protect workers in Augusta's downtown coming up.
Get breaking news faster and get your first alert quicker. Your news, your way. Always free. Download the all-new WRDW News app today.
Does your home have walk?